Hey everybody, if you are watching us live, go ahead and put your city and state into the chat. Let me know that you can see us. Hopefully we are live. I don't know. Hey everybody, welcome. This is Taria Vision Avant, and I was trying to dance to the music, child. Listen, it's something going on with my back right now, so I can't even really move. And y'all know I love to dance, and so pray for your girl. I got to go get an adjustment or something, child. They did tell me when you hit 40 years old, honey, that sometimes you're gonna have aches coming out of nowhere. Like my whole right side right now is killing me, but I had to get up, y'all. Like yesterday, I did nothing. And today we are actually doing our conference for the 10K book, my brand new book that just came out, which I am so excited about. Yes, my brand new book, 10K book. We're doing the launch for that, and that is tonight. But I don't want to talk about that. I actually want to show you guys how I'm going to leverage and utilize my book to get on more stages. Okay, so to introduce myself really quick, my name is Taria Vision Avant, and I work with speakers, I work with coaches, and I work with those in the network marketing space. I show you how to first write the right book so that you can leverage it for success. And then once you have written the right book, I show you how to promote, profit, and get your books to perform. I've been doing this now since 2014. I've been blessed to help more than 5,000 plus men and women. Don't get it twisted. I work with the men's too. Men and women to become authors. And it is my goal this year to help more than 1,000 authors to generate over $10,000 plus per month. And I'm teaching you principles that I've actually been able to use to grow my business to a high multiple six-figure a year business. Our goal this year is to get you 6 figures a month and then show you guys how to duplicate that. So as I was getting ready, I wanted to, because I'm about to send out some packages today, and I wanted to share with you guys what I do when I'm sending out packages, right? So I believe that, and for anybody that is interested in learning more about working with me, all you got to do is check out my free masterclass. That is the best way, y'all. I don't do coaching sessions via DM. I know a lot of people like, well, just hit me up. Let me know. Guys, I have a simple system in place. We literally are probably getting about 50 to 100 new people that are interested in what we do. So to simplify things, I made it easy for you guys. All you have to do is go to 10kbook.com. That's our free masterclass. And then once you've checked that out, you'll get some instruction on how you can actually schedule a call with myself or my team. And then we'll position you with where we believe is going to be the best fit. Because again, like I said, we actually help individuals to first write the right book. 80% of most authors write the wrong book. They don't have strategy. They haven't planned it out. A lot of authors be out here broke just because of that simple fact. And listen, I like to keep it all the way real and funky, okay? The second thing is most authors don't know how to promote their books, or they're literally thinking that the money is going to come from the sale of the book, right? So that is not the case. And so you want to learn how to leverage your book to build multiple streams of income. So anyways, right now I am, I'm blessed because I actually have some books that I'm shipping out, and I have some books that I'm sending to people who are doing events. One of the ways that I want to teach you guys as far as leveraging your book so that you can get on more stages is not waiting for people who host events to invite you to come to their stage. 9 times out of 10, y'all, if I could be very transparent, is most people are not going to know that oh Lord. Hold on, y'all, 1 second, because I am on my phone and I'm pretty sure that I'm broadcasting on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure the audio may have messed up because somebody just called me. Can you guys hear me on Instagram still? Hopefully you can. Type yes. So one of the things that I want to show you guys is how to get booked. And so what a lot of us do is that we believe that in writing, like when we're writing when we put ourselves out there that we're a speaker, we're just expecting people to be like, hey, come and speak at my event. And the truth is most people may not even know about you. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me on Instagram? Hopefully you can. Can you hear me? Maybe not. Maybe so. Okay, good. And so what I want to show you guys is how to be able to find those opportunities, and then how to be able to position yourself so that they know about you. Okay. So this is the deal. What you must understand, first of all, if you've ever done an event, you already know that doing events takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to put together any kind of free workshop, free event, to paid event, right? And so the key is, number one, is of course making sure that you put together an amazing event, get butts in seats, but also have some amazing people on your platform. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all, there are always people out here that are doing events that are looking for some dope speakers to be a part of it. But there's different ways of how you can actually be a part of events. Now, I'm not gonna go into the conversation today about like the different types of ways to be a part of speaking events, but what I am gonna show you how to do is how to at least get the attention. And when I say the attention, I'm talking about attention from not just people who host conferences and workshops, but from top media outlets. I'm talking about people who also are in charge of podcasts and things of that nature that are looking for people to interview. The number one mistake that authors make is they write books to sell books. And I'm going to be honest, y'all. Look, when I became an author in 2012, y'all, I became an author specifically so that I could, Facebook is still tripping. It's still not broadcasting. I became an author, y'all, so that I could actually leverage my book to get on more stages. That was it. I became an author to leverage my book to get on more stages. Hey, Tamisha, out of Boston, Massachusetts. Hello, darling. That's it. I wrote my book so that I could leverage it to recruit more people into my network marketing business. That was it. Like, that's why I wrote it. I never ever wrote the book to sell it because I understood that it was so much more easier to leverage and leverage 100 books that could turn into 20% of them becoming clients at a price point of, let's just say $500 to $1,000 versus trying to sell that much in books. Does this make sense? And so where most authors, the first thing we mess up, when you say, oh, I'm gonna sell so many, I'm gonna be, like, people will tell me this all the time. They say, Taria, I'm gonna be your number one top book seller. I don't want you to be my number one top book seller. I want you to be my number one top book leverager. I want you to learn how to leverage and get so many books out there into the marketplace. Everybody's inviting you to come and get on their platform. Everybody wants you to come and speak. Everybody wants you to coach them. See, that's how you really learn how to leverage your book, okay? The person that gives away or has more hands with your book, qualified hands with your book in their hands, wins. So this is very important. I need you guys to understand. It is not just about how many books can you sell? It's about how many people that are qualified can actually have your book in their hands. Now, for somebody that's hosting a conference, does that make them qualified? Absolutely, because they got a network. I don't care if it's 20 people. That's 20 more people that you would be able to connect with and get footage of you actually being on a stage. We'll talk about that as well. If somebody that's doing a podcast, maybe they got 50 listeners, I don't care. That's 50 more new people that you can leverage by using just one book. See, I know, listen, I pay for ads too. And I believe that ads are a great way to actually grow your business. But it is way cheaper to leverage one book to get in front of someone with a network than to pay for an ad. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? So let's get into this. So I want to show you guys, because what I'm doing is I'm putting together some packages. I'm putting together two different packages. One is for the final individuals who had ordered some of my books. Matter of fact, I got to go run and get the labels. I thought I brought them in here. Let me make sure. Oh, here they go. So these are my labels. These are book customers who ordered this book. They're going to be a part of our launch tonight. We have our launch/conference. I don't do book launches. I don't do book tours and signings and all of that. Again, because my goal is not to sell books. I'm trying to get my books into people who are qualified. What marks a qualified person for me? A qualified person for me, just to kind of keep it real plain and simple, is a speaker, is a coach, or someone in network marketing that is serious about growing their business. For me, that's qualified. Regardless if you are an author or not, because I believe every entrepreneur should be an author. And so even if you're not an author, we can help you. And if you are an author, we can help you, right? So anyways, with that stated, that's my audience. So my intention is to figure out how many people can I get my books in their hands for that particular month, right? So when I'm doing that, I'm leveraging events that I'm speaking at. When I'm doing that, I'm leveraging social media, like right now. When I'm doing that, I'm always looking for opportunities to be able to get my books in hands. Now, if I go to an event where people are paying money to come to that event, let's just say I go to an event where there are it costs $100 or $200 or more, because many events, people pay more money for real big events. And I'm like, for example, I just left the I Believe conference. Right now, I did not bring any books for that one, but normally I would have books on me, because I know that each person that was in the section I was in paid at least $3,000 to be there. Am I going to be worried about giving someone who is willing to invest $3,000 to come to a conference worried about a $20 book sale? Heck no, I'm not worried about that. These are people who are ideal clients. These are people who would invest. And so I might go to an event like that and have, let's just say I'm going to have 20 books on me. I'll have 20 books on me that I'm just going to give away, because I know that these are potential clients. Like, they are extremely qualified. Now, if I'm going to an event and I know that there's people that host events, I'm also going to make sure I have books on hand to give to them. Now, for those of you who are here specifically for the topic, today we're talking about how to be able to leverage your book to get more speaking engagements. So what I'm doing right now is I've got these envelopes right here. These envelopes I actually ordered from Uline. I have two different sizes. I got this size. I forget what the sizes are specifically. Then I got this size. This is just for the book, and these are going to be to include my package that I send out to people who host events. So I'm going to show you them both, okay? And how I create these labels, these printing labels, I use a software called ShipStation. So ShipStation, everybody write this. I hope y'all taking notes. And I know y'all are typing. I'm going to open it up for Q&A in a minute, but I just want to try to get through this because y'all know I got inspired deficit disorder. I create my own diagnosis. Inspired deficit disorder is very easy for me to get just inspired and distracted. And so I want to stay on task, because, child, I will go off on a whole nother story and y'all be like, can you please get back to what you were talking about, right? So anyways, so events. So this is how I use it. So ShipStation is how, I'm just spitting everywhere, y'all. Listen. I'm just grateful that I am on live today, because, child, yesterday I couldn't even get out the bed. Did y'all hear me? Praise the Lord. Like, I don't even know. Spitting everywhere, my nose. I'm going to get it together. Okay. So we use ShipStation to print the labels. Now, I actually do not ship out all of my books, okay? Only reason why I'm doing these books is because they just came out. Typically, though, I use a company called ShipZoom that does all of my shipments. ShipZoom, ShipZoom, ShipZoom. Let them know I sent you. And so I don't have to worry about any of this, because I really don't be having that kind of time to be sitting down here and doing all of this, right? So, again, Uline is where I got the envelopes, these labels, ShipStation, and should you not want to ship on your own, use a company called ShipZoom, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking, well, first what I do on my calendar. So I schedule my calendar out. How many of you guys use calendars? Who uses calendars? If you use calendars, I hope you guys use calendars. I schedule my days out. So I already have my calendar scheduled for the month of February, March, and April. I already know what are the things that I'm going to be doing for my company. I know other things, like people have been, invited to come speak at events. I have that on my calendar. I even have, like personal time, like if it's a birthday party or something like that I need to be at, I put a lot of that stuff on my calendar. And then what I do is, outside of the stuff that I do every single week, like every Tuesday at 11 a.m., I'm on Clubhouse with the Elite Publishers Group. And then like every Monday night, I have a training with my Book Profits Club members, right? So we always have stuff that we're doing every single week, and I make sure that I schedule myself accordingly. However, then I put on there at least 3 to 4 times during that month, days that I would like to be at somebody else's event, possibly speaking. Okay? So I'm going to already have the days that I would like to be at someone else's event on my calendar. Like I'll literally put an underline and say future speaking event. Like I put it in, listen, you got to put it in, you got to first speak it into existence. Some of us are waiting on someone to invite us to their stage when they don't even know who we are. They don't know who you are, girl, boy. You got to let these people know. So I put it on my calendar in advance. This is the day I plan to speak. So then, because I know in advance the days that I would like to speak, I then start searching for events on those days. Right? Does that make sense? I then start searching for events on those days. So I'll research events that are taking place on those days and the ones that look like they serve my ideal audience. Now, this is also why it's so imperative that you know who do you serve and how do you serve them. If you're trying to serve everybody, you're serving no one. Be very specific. My audience is speakers, coaches, and network marketers. Now, depending upon what type of event it is, I might only say speakers, or I might only say authors, or I might only say network marketers, or I just put them all together. Because normally, most coaches have to be speakers. Most network marketers that want to make money, they got to learn how to speak. They also got to coach. So it kind of works all intertwining, right? Now, with that stated, I know who I serve and how I serve them. Like the other day, my friend was introducing me to someone. He was like, oh yeah, you need to get with my girl Taria. She helped people write books. I was like, no, no, I don't. I said, no. And he was like, oh, okay, well, how should I introduce you? I say, introduce me in this way. I help people create profitable books. Because listen, I don't just want you to write a book, right? By the way, so these are what I'm inserting for the people who purchased my book. It's these golden $100 bills. These are like little bookmarks that I like to include. Everybody typically loves them. So you just put them in, boop, and boop, boop. Now you're just gonna see me throw stuff because I'm gonna get back to it when I get back to it, okay? But anyways, okay. So now I know who I serve and how I serve them. So when I'm searching for these events, right? I'm searching for these events. I know what days I want to speak on, and I know what audience I want to speak to, right? And so when I reach out to them, the first thing I'm going to ask them is, question, just want to know, how do you go about finding your speakers? And number two, I'd love to send you a free copy of my book and info in the mail, right? And so they say, however they do it or whatever, right? Now, mind you, so I set a goal. I had all of our Book Profits Club members. So everybody who's a part of BPC, we have our Monday night meetings. And I set a goal. I said, everybody, we're going to pick either 4, 6, or 10. And so if you pick 4, that means you're going to be looking for 2 people who are hosting events and 2 people who have podcasts and media. If you are 4, it's 6, then it's 3 and 3, and 10 is 5 and 5. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Most of our Book Profits Club members, they're high achievers. They didn't already surpass 10. And so what we're doing is we're looking up 5 event hosts that have things going on that we can get to say, here's my address. Because it is a numbers game when it comes to pitching yourself, right? And so right now, I think I'm at like 3 or 4. I hire my assistant to do it for me. So I have an assistant that pitches me and sends out all the requests in the mail. Hold up, y'all. I need some more $100 bills. 1 second, y'all. Oh, Lord. Where's my $100 bills at, child? They go. They go. I know I got something somewhere else, but we'll just do these 2 and then do the rest. Okay. So anyway, so I got my virtual assistant doing it. And so what we do is we research events that are taking place in the market that I want to speak in. So Atlanta and of course Houston and all that stuff, or wherever I want to speak at. We research the events in advance, and then we message them. And we've gotten 2 people or 3 people that already say, yes, we would love to get your information. Please send it, right? So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to be sending them. Now, we also... Lord, try to take out my hair. Okay. Now, we also have a list of podcasts that we're reaching out to, and we already got, we got the podcast, we've got media outlets like from the Fox, CBS, all that stuff. These are the type of things that we actually research in Book Profits Club for our clients in their city and state. So we already have all of those details, and so I'll be just confirming with the media. So like the Fox News, the CBS's, all I'm going to do with that is just contact them. Hey, I just want to make sure, is this still the editor? Because I'm going to send that package to the editor, the person who is in charge of the talent. Hello? And so anyway, so everybody at Book Profits Club has set a goal, and we're all putting it out there. And so I wanted to show you guys exactly what I put in there. Okay, is that cool? Now, this is the thing. Like I was saying, it is a numbers game. You're not going to get everybody that's going to say yes, but I'm going to tell you this. Most authors ain't sending out no free copies of books. Because again, like I said at the beginning, the biggest mistake authors make is they write books to sell the book versus writing a book to sell. Most authors don't think about, hey, let me leverage my book to get in front of more people. Most authors are like, no, I need to sell that $20 book. But what I look at is that making an investment into my business of giving away, 10 books or 20 books per month that may cost me $5. If I get just one yes to an event where it puts me in front of even just 20 qualified people, it was worth that one investment. Does that make sense, guys? Hopefully that makes sense. So the couple of items that I create. So number one of the items that everybody needs to have is called a speaker sheet. A speaker sheet, okay? This is my speaker sheet. And on the speaker sheet, it has a brief bio, about 150 words. It might be a little bit more than that. It also has my social media. As you can see, my social media is all the same. That's another thing. Little tip, y'all. Stop trying to make your social media be all different. I know some people like, well, I don't want to. I got 5,000 followers, y'all. I changed all my social media to be the same. And I was well over 5,000 plus followers on like Instagram and different things. All my social media, I want everybody to I want to make it easy. So if it's TikTok, Vision of Vine, I don't even be TikToking enough. But I know as soon as it came out, honey, I went and create me an account. So didn't nobody else take it. Vision of Vine on Twitter, Vision of Vine on Facebook. Now, YouTube is the only one I could not change. But if you search Vision of Vine, it will pull up my channel. So Vision of Vine is all my social media to make it easy for people to touch bases. On the back, I have testimonials of people who have heard me speak, as well as my books, and most importantly, my speaking topics. Now, if you notice, I only list 3 speaking topics. 3 speaking topics. I don't have a ton of speaking topics, and this is where speakers be cutting up, because you want, again, this goes back to trying to serve everybody and try to do all things. When you give people too many options, I don't know about y'all, and I don't know who here is like a bargain shopper that likes to go in the stores like the what they got here, the Saks Fifth, the discount stores, or the TJ Maxx, Marshalls. Because I was just over at one of them the other day, but it was like the Saks Fifth one. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Is it called Saks Fifth? The discount. I'm going to tell you something. Especially when you got people that are busy, people that make decisions, people that have a lot going on, they don't have time to be trying to figure out which one should they select. Just like I don't like going into them type of stores. It's very overwhelming. It's way too much and frustrating. I literally was in those stores for like 5 minutes. I was in that store for 5 minutes because it was like stuff was everywhere. They had it broken into sections. I ain't got that kind of time. And you got to think about it. When you are pitching yourself to people who actually are doing events, who have things going on, you got to remember, don't make it complicated for them. Give them your top 3 topics that you actually speak on. Yes, Nordstrom's Rack, but then they also have another one for Saks Fifth Avenue too. But Nordstrom's Rack is actually one. I was so grateful. I went into Nordstrom's Rack though, and I did ask a guy, I was telling him I was looking for a leather skirt, and he was like going and doing the searching for me because, child, it won't no way. I was not going to be up in there looking at stuff. So anyways, so you have your speaker sheet. Then the next thing that you want to do, of course, you're going to include one of your books. I'm going to include 2 of my books, okay? 2 of my books. And then I'm going to have an introduction letter. So I'm going to read to you guys what the intro letter states, but I have to customize it based on whoever's event it is. So it's, okay, so I've got right now, let me pull it up. I'm going to pull it up. Oh, man, I closed the window out. I didn't even realize I did that. Okay, let me see. Drive. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the intro letter. And so you want to have your intro letter because because for each person that you're sending it to, you want to customize it, okay? So remember, again, what I do is I teach our students to have a goal. So each month, your goal is maybe to send out 10. So that means that in order to get 10 yeses, though, you might have to message more than 10 people. Does that make sense, guys? So you might have to message 20 people to get 10 yeses, or 30 people to get 10 yeses, or 40 people to get 10 yeses, okay? Hopefully I'm making sense. So I'm going to pull this up real quick. 1 second. Let me pull up my my list. What Arlene got for me. So what she does is she creates, we have this entire list of people that we've been reaching out to. And then all we do is we try to get all the yeses, right? So, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 addresses. I've got 5 addresses right now. 5 addresses of individuals doing events. So let's see. We've got one that's coming up on February the 22nd. It's called the Entrepreneur Experience, the Diverse City Official Launch Party. They sent me their address. Cool. We got Woman on Fire, Ignite Your Purpose. Actually, I think they want me to come and speak. Possibly. Already. Like, yeah, pull up. We need you to come speak. Leading Without Limitations, Women in Leadership Business Conference. They wanted the address. It is called the 3rd Annual Culturally Responsive Early Education and Care Summit. Great. And then we have I Am Woman's Retreat. And so all of them are wanting me to send their information, right? Now, this is the thing. Some of them are even actually one, the I Am Women's Retreat. Guess what, y'all? She actually is like, what is her pricing? Like, what does she cost? How much does she cost? This is because I listen. How do you search for events? Great question. So I actually have a staff that searches for all of my events. So, and for all Book Profits Club members. So my staff does all the research, but yes, you can search for Eventbrite. You can search on Google because Eventbrite will list some events, but like the bigger conferences, a lot of times they don't put that on Eventbrite. So you might want to go to Google and say women's conferences, men's conferences, this is why it's important to know who your audience is. So you might say speakers conferences for 2022, sales conferences for 2022. Does that make sense? And so now I've got 5 addresses that I'm going to send this out to. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, for example, the Diversity Official Launch Party. I'm going to go and look this up. Okay. Now, mind you, she's just to get those 5, she has sent out over 47 messages. Are y'all listening? Just to get those 5 to respond, 47. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. It's a numbers game. It is truly a numbers game when it comes to this, okay? However, let me read y'all the letter. So I'm also going to see if I can find, see, she don't have the person name up here. They don't, it looked like they don't have the person's name, but I'm going to search it. Okay, so here it is on a Diverse City is the name of the company. This was found on Eventbrite. And so I sometimes try to research and see if I can find who. It's at the IHG Hotel. Entrepreneurship, got a lot of logos on here, a lot of sponsorship. Diverse City. I'm going to just search. And so what I'm going to do is search for, it's semi-formal. I'm going to search for Diverse City and see if I can find who the founder is. Okay. Ooh. Their website is busy, child. Okay. All right. Let's see. They don't really have the name of the founder. But I'm sure if they got a Facebook page, they might have who is on their Facebook page. So let's see if I can find the Facebook, because we also will put the Facebook and their Instagram. Okay, great. So my team, what she does is she looks up the event link, their Facebook page. She also looks up their Instagram, phone number, everything, so we can contact them. They don't look like they have one specific owner. It might be a group of people doing it together. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say hello to the leaders of Diverse City. So that's what the letter is going to start off with. Hello to the leaders of Diverse City. And it's going to say, I like the way that they didn't put it as diversity as far as the way you spell it. So I am very grateful to be able to send you a copy of my books for you to keep, and also to express the excitement of possibly being able to serve at your next event. I know what it takes to put on events, and so the fact that you're reading this note, I appreciate it. I have been coaching speakers, coaches, and network marketers since 2014 in the space of book writing. And in 2019, I launched a program to also help authors learn how to promote, profit, and perform with their books. I gotta add that in. I'm gonna add this in, been blessed to help more than 5,000 plus men and women become authors. And now my goal is helping 1,000 authors to generate $10,000 plus per month. Now, let me just add that in real quick. Let me add something in real quick. Let's just say you don't really have a large number of clients already, right? Or people that you've worked with. No biggie. You don't have to necessarily only talk about the people that you've served. You can talk about the vision. A lot of people buy into vision though. And so if you don't have, I've helped more than 5,000 people, no biggie. You're going to say, look, my goal this year is to help. And so people always buy into the vision of where you're going because a lot of people will see themselves in that, right? So it's no biggie if you cannot say that I've done that, right? All right, just wanted to add that in, okay? So anyway, so we're going to add that in. And hold up. I'm just fixing some of the grammar. Okay, so then it says, I'm not sure if you need someone who provides the type of training and speaking that I provide. I'm going to change that. And speaking that I give, that I give. But should you need someone, comma, I'd love to bring value to your audience and also serve. I'm willing to discuss options with you, including joint venture partnerships. I will be sure to follow with you soon, follow with you upon receipt of the package, and I look forward to connecting with you. Also included is my speaker sheet. May your day be most amazing. Sincerely, Taria, Vision Avant. So hold on, let me print this out. Okay, so that's for one, right? Uh-oh. What did I just do? Okay, so we're going to print this, and then we're going to sign that off, and we're going to put it in the package. Okay? Now, guess what? I've got 4 other people that I need to send out as well. So we've got, on top of that, we've got Women on Fire, and it looks like the name for the person of this is Shantorial Gilbert. So I can actually address her directly and say, hey, Shantorial, right? Instead of saying, hey, leaders of whatever, right? So I'm going to just add in her name and print that copy. So let me show y'all what it looks like. Oh, this is small. That's fine. We're going to leave it small like this. So this is what the letter looks like. So we got our letter. We got to sign it. We got the letter. We have our speaker sheet. Ooh, I almost cut myself. We got our speaker sheet. And we've got our books. Okay. So this is going to go to, let me make sure I write it on this label so I don't forget. Diverse City. And then I'm just going to print off the package. I'm going to print off the shipping package from ShipStation. So you see, boom. And then you put your 2 books in there. And I'm going to send it media mail. Well, it depends because I might need this to get there much faster since this event is coming up right around the corner. But some of the other ones, they're not. That's why I try to do it far in advance. So here you go. Here's the next one for Shantorial. So we'll put her name on this package so we don't forget. And this is all we do, guys. And we send this out. And again, you're going to send this. You're going to send this not just to people who host events. You're going to look up for podcasts, top podcasts that, listen, they got a great following. You want to separate yourself from other authors out here in these streets. People that have a good, a decent number of listeners. Absolutely. And then because when they interview you on the podcast, now they can have something to talk about. Oh, read your book. You sent me a copy of your book and da-da-da-da-da. I'm telling you, y'all, authors are not doing this. So we got this. And then again, for Chantrial, we got our 2 copies of the book. Boom, boom. Now, granted, this is costing me for 2 copies of the book, this letter, and this speaker sheet. Now, this speaker sheet, it did cost me a couple of dollars to print. It cost me like $2. Then you got these 2 books. So, and then the shipping. So this might be like a $15 package. A little bit under. Right? So if I'm going to do 10 of these, I'm spending $150 or so per month. However, if I get one to say yes, and it's in front of an audience of, let's just say 100. I'm a numbers girl. Let's just say it's 100, only 100 people. Out of 100 people, let's say only 10% of them become your client. I just spent $150, and I'm going to say 10% become a client of a product that you sell that's $100. Are y'all with me? Because then you can upsell. But sometimes when people don't know you, they're not willing to give you $1,000. They need to see some kind of results, right? So you got 100 people, 10% that you just spoke in front of. That means that's 10 of them pay you $100 for something. You just did $1,000. You spent $150. That means you profited $850. Question: how many times would you do that over and over again? How many times would you send? Oh, and then these envelopes. But these envelopes cost me not even $1 or something like that. I don't even know. Like $1. So like $15, honestly, really. How many times would you spend $150 to get an $850 return? And the 100 people that you spoke in front of, they may not have just been ready to invest just yet, but it doesn't mean that they won't eventually invest, right? And now you create a joint venture partnership. That's what I was saying in one of them, right? So you might even have to split the profit. But see, your $97 package is not your high ticket package, right? I teach my students to have 4 main items. You got an intro item, which is your free giveaway. Your hook item, which is your free giveaway. Your intro, which is your book. Your core, which is your middle price. That's your $97 package. And then your premium is high ticket. And by the way, I'm going to tell you something. For any of you guys who do have a challenge with charging people high ticket prices, because that was actually something that I used to battle with as well. People only respect that of what they pay for. I promise you guys, people don't value things that they did not have to put any skin in the game for. And I'm talking about majority of most people. So whenever you hear me say people, I'm talking about majority. There are some people who are grateful and they'll show their gratitude and they'll do the work and they'll appreciate you. But most people, if you really want to get a full value on your return, people want to invest into stuff. And so I don't give away like this right here, 100% free, but I'm doing it on a group platform. But if somebody wants to work with me one-on-one and get some intentional coaching, there's an investment that must be made. I don't do coaching via DMs. You can't DM me and ask me for advice. It's almost kind of disrespectful, right? So for those of you who have a challenge with charging for your value, guys, first of all, I also want y'all to understand that money was made for the purpose of exchanging value for value. And by the way, man-made paper money. Man-made paper money. Man created the concept of what value is. Money is designed to circulate and grow. Money wants to grow. Money wants to be used. And so I don't have a challenge with charging my value. Does that make sense, y'all? So for those of y'all who say, I don't want to charge $5,000 or $3,000, somebody else is going to give less value. And that's another thing. Let me just add that in, and I'm about to get ready to wrap this up. Where you're not willing to charge the value, I want you to think about it like this. Somebody else is, and people will pay, but they will get less value. Because they were not the person assigned to help that person. You were. But I'm telling you, people respect that of what they pay for. So if you're not going to charge, they're going to find someone to charge them. And then the thing is, would you rather them learn it from you and you know that you're going to give it your all? Or would you rather them learn it from someone who you know is not going to give them any value? See, that's the thing that I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of, because I see it all the time. I see people, even people that'll be like, oh, well, this person charges less, but they are not me. See, I don't have a disconnect with understanding the worth of what I give out here in these training streets, right? And so when I understand that somebody is like, oh, well, I'd rather go to this, no problem. But 9 times out of 10, I promise you, either it's not going to work out the way that they had hoped. They're going to probably come back and want to ask for more. But see, my thing is this, I'd rather be able, and I'm going to tell you, there are some people, because you're charging so low, they don't even believe that what you're charging is worth it. They just want to go straight to the top. Think about it. How many of y'all ever went to Amazon to purchase something and you searched for something, right? You searched for something and you picked the middle priced item. You didn't pick the cheapest. You didn't pick the most expensive. And the crazy thing is all the same. It's coming from the same distributor. But you picked the middle priced item. Because, yeah, you don't want to be beat. But you also, at the same time, understand value. And so, you know what I mean? You're going to pay. You're going to respect the value. And so, where you won't charge, somebody else will. And they won't get the transformation that they deserved because they were supposed to come to you. So anyway, so I hope that you guys learned something. Listen, I want to encourage you guys to join my free masterclass, first of all, 10kbook.com, 10kbook.com. Also, this month, I have our Book Profits Challenge that's going to be taking place, I believe, I want to say it's February. Hold on, let me pull up the link. The Book Profits Challenge, where you're going to spend 4 days with me. For those of you who are VIP, you're going to spend, 4 hours. For those of you who are VIP, you'll actually end up spending 3 days with me, though. It is going to be Sunday, February the 20th. Sunday, February the 20th, and we start for VIP at 1 p.m., and then we start at 2 p.m. for general admission. But everybody who registers as a VIP, you'll literally get the opportunity to ask me questions about anything. Okay? I charge $1,000 an hour for someone to get that type of coaching. Literally, $1,000 an hour, because I know that in just 1 hour, I can be able to teach you a technique where you're going to generate over $5,000 easily. Like, seriously, like, you'll make your investment back for working with me for just 1 hour. But you can register as a VIP and be able to ask any question that you want 3 different days, okay? So it's Sunday, February the 20th is the actual challenge. The VIP session will be on that Friday, which is February the 18th. That's Sunday. And then the following Monday, you get one final Q&A session where you get to join. If you want to know more information about the challenge, you first need to check out the free masterclass. Just simply go to 10kbook.com. 10kbook.com. My goal is to help more than 1,000 authors generate over $10,000 plus per month. Y'all, we're doing it. We have authors that are getting booked to speak left and right. We're leveraging our books and getting on major platforms. One of our speakers the other day was just on a major top media platform because they simply presented their book to the client. If you are a speaker, if you are a coach, or you are in network marketing, you cannot miss out on this opportunity. Being an author is not just because you want to say you got a book. Being an author is not just because you want to say, oh, I'm a top seller. In fact, I don't even care about titles. I don't care about top selling titles. I don't care about any of that. What I do care about, though, is you being on more stages. What I do care about, though, is you having more clients. What I do care about, though, is you generating $10,000 a month to $10,000 a week to $10,000 a day. Y'all, I'm going to tell you something. Nobody's coming to save us. Nobody's coming to rescue us. We have to rescue ourselves. We have to put ourselves out there in front of the people that are searching for us. Okay? Just because we done posted our book on social media does not mean they know about it. All right? So I hope you guys enjoyed today. I appreciate you all. 10K book. Thank you so much. Who was that posted the domain? I saw somebody post it. Thank you, the underestimated woman. Yes, so 10kbook.com is where you want to go for my free masterclass. And then you're going to get an invite to join us for the challenge, which is the next challenge is February the 20th. Trust me, it's going to be a lituation situation. A lituation situation. Ciao. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. God bless you all. I pray that your day is full of peace, prosperity, and happiness and everything in between. I don't know why we did not broadcast onto none of the Facebooks, but that's okay. We're on YouTube and we're on LinkedIn. We're on other different platforms. By the way, y'all, do you know that everybody can now broadcast onto LinkedIn? As long as you have, I think it's called a creator's account. And I'm gonna tell you where the money resides. I'm gonna tell you where the money resides.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay,
let me tell you something about it. The money resides on LinkedIn, so y'all better stop playing around. Y'all better get on LinkedIn and start learning how to broadcast on LinkedIn and all of that good stuff. Thank you so much. Listen, what's funny is I actually feel better that now that I'm speaking, even though I'm coughing a little bit, it sounds worse than it is. Like my back is not hurting as bad. I could walk. So I'm grateful to be able to just be in a position of influence in a good way to impact people and transform lives. And so thank you guys so much. I will see you guys on the next training. All right, y'all.